So about 5 or 6 years ago, one evening during the week, I was out running some errands. I had to pick up a few items at Sam's Club. So when I was done doing my shopping, I got back in the car and I was heading out of the parking lot. And I got stopped at a red light, kind of at the exit of the parking lot. So I'm sitting there in my car, listening to the music, waiting for the light to turn green. And as I'm sitting there waiting, to my left, kind of out of the corner of my eye, I noticed some movement in my peripheral vision. So I kind of looked over to my left, and there, in the car next to me, in the back seat of the car, with the window rolled down, was one of my former students from the previous year's class. And she was sitting there going, "Mr. Coley, Mr. Coley, Mr. Coley," with just a big old smile on her face. "Mr. Coley." So I turn the music off and roll the window down, and I look over to the left and I say, "Hey, Chelsea, how you doing?" And she went, "I'm Amber." Yeah, I felt horrible at that moment. And it got even worse because, as my bad luck would have it, at that exact moment, my light was still red. Her car was in a turn lane and it turned green, so her mom started to pull away with her still in the back seat, clinging to the window, going, "Oh." And I'm left in my car going, "No, no, 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 no." And the crazy thing is, I knew it was Amber. I remembered her last name. I remembered her parents' name. Chelsea happened to be one of her best friends, so that just popped out. But unfortunately, there was nothing I could do about that because she'd already driven off. Now, fast forward to another story that's related. Last year, I was an assistant principal at a middle school. And my duties each morning, one of my duties was I stood at the front gate and I greeted students as they came onto the school's campus. And this served two purposes. Number one, I was looking for things like dress code violations and making sure kids spit their gum out and things like that. But number two, it gave me an opportunity to make those positive connections with students, to greet them, and just have a positive first contact to start off the day. So as kids would come in, I'd be like, "Hey, how you doing, Julie? Hey, morning, ladies. Guys, have a great day." Things like that. So I'm at the front gate last year, and a group of students comes through. And I'm like, "Morning, ladies. Hey, morning, gentlemen. Christian, good morning. Have a great day." And Christian walks by me and he kind of mumbled something. And as an assistant principal, when students would mumble things, you were a little curious as to what they were mumbling. So I said, "Christian, what was that?" And he stopped and he turned around and he looked at me and he said, "I'm special." And I kind of looked a little confused. And he said, "I'm special because you said, 'Good morning, ladies. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, Christian. I'm special.'" And those two stories, I think, beautifully illustrate the lesson that I've learned, and that is, there is power in speaking someone's name. Because in the same way, there is immense power in hearing your name spoken by someone else. I mean, Christian said it. I don't think it can be said much better. I mean, he said, "I'm special because you said my name. You called me by name." And unfortunately, in this the story with Amber, I said the wrong name. And I just pray that she knows that I knew who she was. And I remember her parents and everything. But there's something about hearing your name. I mean, on a personal level, if you're in a relationship or you're married and your spouse tells you they love you and they use your name, they attach your name. "I love you, Brent." When my wife says that, there's something about hearing that name attached to what was said that just makes it more personal, makes you feel special. When I go to conferences and I see people, meet people that perhaps I've communicated with on Twitter or seen at previous conferences but once or twice only, and they say, "Hey, how you doing, Brent?" I'll be honest, there's a part of me that's like, wow, they knew who I am. He remembers me. She remembers me. It makes you feel special. So I'll be honest, remembering people's names is not something that comes naturally to me. Some people, they're great with names. I'm not great with names. But these stories, the story of Amber, because I never want that to be repeated, but more recently the story of Christian. Remembering what he said, I'm special. I'm very deliberate in trying to remember students' names so that when I see them, I can address them personally and hopefully make them feel special as well. So that would be my encouragement to you is if you're like me and you're not great with names, be deliberate. If you have to ask them, what's your name again? Because I want to remember that for next time. Do your best to speak students and adults to speak their name out loud. Thanks for watching.